You would be dealing with a lot of people. You would be managing a lot of things. Management, network, as well as business understanding is what you need to frame one answer around your why MBA. If someone has done science in 11th, 12th, and maybe then pursued a chemical engineering or whatever engineering, science, then why this stream and why then MBA, what you got to know at that point of time which motivated you to leave science field entirely? So Akash, we will start. So first of all, give me a brief introduction about yourself.
So, as you know, my name is Akash. I am 20 years old currently, and I come from a small town called Jamshedpur, also known as the Steel City. So, I grew up in Jamshedpur, born, brought up in Jamshedpur itself. I joined a CBSE school in my early days. Later, in 2013, I shifted to an ICSE affiliated school. I completed my SSC and HSC from ICSE school, Hilltop School itself, from Jamshedpur. So after my 10th, I chose to prepare for IP MAT examination for the IPM program offered by Amindor. I converted that in 2022 and joined the IPM course. So after joining the IPM course, I discovered myself while doing some internships, going through academics and all. And I found that I was mainly interested in the domain of finance and marketing. So in marketing, I did an SEO based internship at a US based firm called Edbrick. So they were trying to break into the Indian and Dubai markets. And in finance, I did some live projects and later did the NISM certifications. And currently, I've decided to take the CFA L1 level, appearing for May 2025. So these are my main interests. Apart from my academic orientations, I enjoy quizzing a lot. I have been doing quizzing since my high school. I won the Tech Riti Open School Championships by IIT Kanpur. I secured the all in rank 6 and I secured the third rank in the ASIC zonal quiz competition. Later on in college also, I was the associate of the IPM quizzing club. I led the IPM quizzing team against IIT Indore in the IT Viz AM quiz competition and the first position for 3 consecutive years. Apart from these, I have also developed interest in the leadership role because again in the college years I was the coordinator of the Atharvan Movie Fest, that is the annual fest of I'm Indore, and I was also the co-coordinator the previous year itself of the Pi Quiz. So via leadership roles, I got to know a lot about team dynamics, how to handle a multi-tier team, and yeah, so that's it from my side.
Okay, Akashdeep. So you just mentioned that you are interested towards finance and marketing domain. So what particular reason that like motivated you for these two particular domains, and you also completed few courses in an NISM and planning for CFA level 1. So what is the core reason why you are interested in these two domains?
Yes, sir. So I believe it is mainly about exposure. So in my first year itself, I was able to secure the live project from Finlatics. In Finlatics, I was mainly in the domain of equity research. So I maintained a real-time portfolio that was non-monetary but a point-based portfolio. From there, my interest in stock markets and financial markets grew. In real life, also, I'm maintaining my parents' portfolio, and I see myself mainly in the domain of portfolio management because I love, researching about stocks, what companies do, how the fundamentals work, and what are the economic scenarios. Currently, also, I was interested in the domain so much that I took a one-to-one study with a professor at IIM Indore. So that study too was also on the topic of how to make strategies out of sector rotation. So how to identify business cycles, which sectors outperform the market in those business cycles, how can we incorporate those sectors into our portfolio to achieve maximum returns. So these things indulged me, and I first tried to test the waters by doing a comparatively low level NISM certification. Then I got to know that yes, something like research analyst would definitely excite me. I cleared the certification, and then I got a more clarity that yes, I want to go in the domain, this domain itself. So that is why I have taken a larger step to enroll for CFA L1. So that was for finance. For marketing, I would say in my second year, I was parallelly on the same side also preparing for marketing domains. So I landed the internship of SEO. So I was intrigued by the SEO part of things also a lot. How exactly, the search engines work. How will you make yourself visible in the digital world, and how exactly you can attract customers, have a better rankings on the Google search engine results page, and that's all.
Okay, Akashdeep. So let's suppose if there are two opportunities coming to your way after MBA, one is from finance and one is from marketing side. Which side you will select?
Yes, say they are coming from finance and marketing. So in finance also, I mean mainly in the domain of
Yeah, let's
equity
suppose
research.
equity research. If the one
Okay.
opportunity is for equity research and second is
Mm-hmm.
for a sales and marketing role in a FMCG company,
Mm-hmm.
which way you will choose?
Yes, sir. So in this way, I would choose the equity research role, because in the sales and marketing role, I would not be very much comfortable, because in the marketing, I was mainly in the domain of SEO, but sales and marketing would require a lot of ground grunt work and more sales principles that I don't think I'm that well furnished with as compared to finance, that to in equity research. So yeah, I would choose equity research.
Okay. So, Akashdeep, tell me one more fundamental question which I have in my mind. Like, if you wanted to pursue equity research, financial derivatives, stock market, and all, why then MBA particularly? You could have done it through maybe completing till CFA level 3 or maybe other financial courses. Why you are wasting your 2 years coming to MBA and then choosing the path?
Oh yes, sir. So I won't say that I would be wasting my 2 years, because I don't think that MBA for 2 years would be a worst case for me. Rather, it would be an investment, because ultimately, yeah, if I want to go into the domain of equity research, I also need a comprehensive understanding of how businesses work. So I would say that after the stream that I pursued in IPM, that was in nature itself a fundamentally integrated course. That is, after bachelor's, we have the master's program also. So in that case also, if we look to getting a break after bachelor's, taking a sabbatical, that is also next to impossible at time Indore, because they only allow entrepreneurial breaks from bachelor's. Apart from it, I was also intrigued by the bachelor's and master's integrated program, because ultimately this was the decision that I took in 10th, that after 10th I had the opportunity to take either science or commerce. I chose science. Then I gave the IPMAT, because ultimately I had to come into the business field. So if I chose proper JE, completed my BTech, suppose had some 1 or 2 years of work ex, then gave CAT and then converted IM, in the whole process, I would be again, if quoting, wasting my 4 plus 2 plus 2, that would be 8 years. So if the gateway, the company's gateway is opening for me in the comparatively shorter time period, that is 3 plus 2 5 years. So at least I'm
Rajdeep,
saving my 1 to 2 years.
I'll stop you here. I'll stop you here. So come, let's not go into that. I think just tell me one more thing. Like you chose science in your 11th and 12th stream, and then decided for an IP mat, and then suddenly towards finance. So why then you chose finance if you were clear in 10th, as you told me? What was the reason? Was it a parental pressure or anything society pressure?
No, sir, there was no parental pressure as such for choosing science. So I mainly chose science because uh, I had interest mainly compared to commerce and business studies. I was mainly interested in science, that is physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So it was mainly in my 11th, late 11th, that I got to know about the IPM program. So the realization came 1 year late that IPM was a bit more attractive. It had better opportunities for me in the kitty compared to an engineering degree.
What it enlightened you in 11th just by knowing that IP mat, it's an exam, right? And entry towards I'm in the integrated course. So what you got to know at that point of time which motivated you to leave science field entirely? I wanted to understand that.
Yes, sir. So as it happened that in my extended family, I have my cousin who was also 2 years senior to me. He also cracked IP MAT in 2020. I'm not sure if it was IP MAT or he went through SAT. So when he cracked IIM Indore, we got to know more about what is actually the IP MAT, what are the opportunities available. So as I mentioned, that once I got to know that yes, I can probably do an integrated bachelor's plus MBA from IIM Indore. So I took a decision that yes, I would be more willing to do the MBA plus bachelor's from IIM Indore compared to a relatively unsure domain of engineering, exactly which college to crack, which stream to choose. Because at that point of time, I was equally uncertain about the degrees that I wanted to pursue, whether it is computer science or say chemical or biotech. So yeah, for me at that time, all four gates were equal for me.
Akashdeep, tell me more about your family background. Who are there in your family?
Yes, sir. So I come from a nuclear family. I have my parents. I'm my elder brother. My parents live in Jamshedpur. My father is a Tata Motors employee. My mother is a housewife, and my elder brother is currently working as a engineer at Qualcomm. He is currently living in Bangalore.
Great. So thanks, Akashdeep. I think we'll end the interview part here, and then I think we'll start with the feedback part. So I've listed down a few pointers, both pros and cons. So I like to start with first with the pros part. So your why finance answer was good. Okay, you had a good supportive answer for why finance, and also your courses that you have pursued and the aspirations that you keep for CFA and the stream that you want to enter is quite clear. So I think that is a good answer of why finance. And I'll start with your why. Tell me about yourself part. So you first gave too much of school information that is not required, right? 10 plus 2 or EA and SSC, that is not required, right? You need to jump straight because see, you can just mention in a very crisp manner that you completed your schooling from this, and that's it. Nothing much. It should not take more than 5 to 7 seconds of yours. Okay, so first thing is that, because see, why I'm telling you is this, because this is not important. You need to focus rather on the important things, right? You need to leave some time and you need to make sure that the interviewer is equally interested in listening your points, which you think are your brownie points, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
That is one thing. Now, when you were telling about your tell me about yourself, it has to be very crisp and in a continuous tone. You were breaking in between, right? You were having certain breaks in between. That is not recommended, right? So, you would be having a recording of this session. You can hear the recording, right? So you will get to know that where you were breaking. So make sure that, see, PMAY is something which is already in your mind and it has to come in one single shot, right? You should not break in between. Pauses are allowed if they are in a articulation tone, that wherever certain comma or a pause is required, that is okay, but you were breaking in between, that should not be the case. Okay, you can hear the recording for better understanding. Now coming to the question which I asked about the stream. So remember, see, finance and marketing are quite both opposite, right? Either if you have a good strong affinity towards finance, don't say marketing. You can only get away with finance. That is right. You don't need to unnecessary quote finance or marketing, because ultimately then you will be forced with such questions, right? That why finance, why not marketing, whatever XYZ. Though you had a good reason that in marketing you're interested in the SEO part and all, but I think finance and marketing are both different things. And definitely after MBA, if you have a good plan, see, it's not bad that you have an inclination. People think that it is too early or bad to have a affinity towards one particular domain. It is I think it's one of the good advantage that you have. You're very much clear in your mind. That's a positive point. So highlight that positive point, and you can be well, like with complete confidence you can say that finance is what you want to do with a hell-bent clarity in your mind. That is a good thing. So I would recommend you can ignore marketing altogether, right? Just focus on finance because you have good points on the finance part. Now you didn't justified the answer that like basically the last couple of questions, like science, then why this stream, and why then MBA. So I think you need to prepare on those two answers well. You have a high chance that these questions will be asked. I'll tell you why. Because you do not have a work experience, right? So they will
Yeah.
not ask you about any work experience, right? Maybe they can ask you about your internship, but that is okay. Obviously, you would be able to answer because you have done it and it's finance based only. The questions that will be posed is on your life choices to come here, right? And that is If you have chosen science in 11th, see, if someone has done science in 11th, 12th, and maybe then pursued a chemical engineering or whatever engineering, and then he got to realize in 3 to 4 years that, yeah, this is not my cup of tea, that still seems chalo theek hai. But someone like, you have chosen science in, let's suppose, 11th, and in 11th end only you are now inclined towards IP mat. That is okay, but you need to have a justified answer. You are not able to justify it. I'll tell you how and why. So if you want to pursue IP mat, definitely 11th May you would have got to know that you will be pursuing a business degree, right? Leave aside IP mat. IP mat is nothing. Imagine it as a business degree, MBA. So there are reasons why you want to pursue MBA, right? You should come out with those reasons. You are not able to highlight those reasons, right? If you want to pursue finance, right? There are reasons why. I asked you a question also, right? If you, why we were wasting 2 years of your MBA if you could have done CFA level 1, level 3, and whatever finance courses. There is a reason why MBA can be helpful in your finance journey as well, because here you will make network, here you will meet your peers, here you will make the network which you can leverage in the business world when you are entering. So try bringing in out these points for whenever a YMBA comes in. You just, what you were saying is that since it was a IP MET course, so MBA तो होना ही था, मतलब that was the thing that you were telling. That should not be the case. There has to be a concrete, logical answer that why you have chosen this field. Because I'm telling you why, because you have transitioned from science to business. That's why this becomes important, right? To have a solid reason. I know that you have a good reason, good affinity towards finance. Everyone knows that I want this, but the game here is to convince the interviewer, right? You know very well in your mind that you are hell bent towards finance, you want to pursue finance, you're interested in equity research, but it's as equal and important to convince the interviewer in front of you, because he is not, he might be thinking, okay, karna hoga, but by science, he's even interested to know that, na. So you need to convince him. That is why he's sitting and judging you. Okay? So these were the points and feedback. So make your answers and frame your answers around this. I think then you are good to go. So anything else that you would want to understand?
Yes, sir. So regarding the TMI question, so what I exactly follow the flow is I would cut the HSC, SSC and the pre
Yeah,
SSC
make it
part.
very
Mhm.
schooling part you can skip.
Okay, I will skip that.
Have you practiced in front of the mirror and recorded and checked the time duration? Have you done that?
No, sir, I've practiced in front of the mirror, but I have not recorded the duration of it.
Just record it, then check. Then you will be easily able to improve. You will get to know where you want to shorten it, right?
Okay, and regarding the breaks in the question, so
Yeah.
I also want to integrate the academic journey after SSC to college, the domain inclination towards finance, and the hobbies, that is quizzing.
Your
So,
flow is good. Your flow is good. I'm not doubting your flow. That was the chronology that you were following. That was good. That had no issues. The only
Mhm,
issues were at the breaks that you were taking in between. It should,
mhm,
because it was looking like you were framing at that point of time and you're not confident. You know your answer. Just say it in one go. That's what I'm saying. Today,
mhm,
go. If you're speaking in front of the mirror, now start speaking and recording in a Zoom conversation, maybe on a system or a mobile phone. Then maybe try to understand whether you're able to complete it in one flow or not, because TMA is something which should be like in on your just fingers, right? If someone is waking you up at 2 a.m. also, na, at night, you should be able to speak with that confidence only. There should not be breaks between,
yeah.
right? So just listen to this recording or maybe start recording your answers, then we will get to know. That's why if you were there in my previous sessions, I told all the students to record your answers, because without recording you will not get to know that where you are going wrong. Speaking in front of the mirror is another thing. You are not seeing in the hindsight that what is happening, right? So
Yes.
that way start recording and you will get to know the gaps and the pointers which I have told you. You can maybe work on that after seeing this recording, because you will then be better able to relate what I was saying, right?
Yeah.
And it's important for you also because you have changed your stream and you do not have work ex, so that way it is important.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, one last doubt I had. So, regarding exactly why to have MBA, given that you are pursuing CFA, you can pursue CFA till L3. So, exactly what could be an ideal answer as to why you want to do an MBA, given that you want to go in the domain of finance?
See, all the MBA subject of finance will be taught to you in CFAs, right?
Mm,
Even
yeah.
better than that, better than
Mm,
MBA.
yeah.
Hence, that's why the question was coming that why then MBA? So now you need to frame it in that way. You cannot frame that you will learn a lot about finance in MBA. The interview will say that you will better learn in CFA. That is a specialized course for finance. MBA, mein
Mm-hmm.
you will be taught HR also. That would not be of any use to you. So you need to frame it in that way that MBA will give you those skills and those I would say life changing moments that will stay for your entire life duration. That is a network that will it give you. Second, it will give you a platform where you can showcase your finance skills, because after MBA, when you're entering the business world, you will get an understanding of the business for which you would be working in the finance world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
without business understanding, how you would be able to work in the business world for even in any finance sector, right? Let's suppose
Mm-hmm.
today, I've seen people who are working in business finance, right? So let's suppose I'm working in a company and someone is in a business finance guy. Let's suppose if he just has a finance knowledge and he has zero business knowledge, will he be able to justify his work, or will he be able to fulfill his job responsibilities? The answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a business finance guy is not able to understand business, he will not able to understand finance. That's why nowadays, even in HR, we call HRBP. That means human resource business partner.
Mm-hmm.
Because HR also needs to understand the business function. Because in finance, if you are going, in equity research, you are going, there will be a business aspect also involved, right? And if you're not learning the business aspect, and if you're only learning finance aspect, you will not be able to match those two things. Hence, first, MBA will teach you the entire business holistic understanding rather than just finance. That is one thing. Because in
Mm-hmm.
MBA, you learn a lot of things about business, not just financial subjects. Right? First
Mm-hmm.
thing is that. Second,
Yeah.
the network that you will create maybe will help you in future to leverage that in your equity research or in any derivatives or whatever you're working. Because let's suppose if 10 years down the line, if you have a CFO in one particular company,
Mm-hmm.
you can leverage the network to enhance your maybe research or whatever at that point of time you're doing. That will give you a lifetime network, right? Third thing is it will give you a leadership skill also, MBA, because
Mm-hmm.
in MBA you get to learn about lot of about the management side as well. That's a management program. And
Mm-hmm.
in equity research, it would not be like you would be just be at one point of time there would be a time where you would be managing things, right? You would be dealing with a lot of people, you would be managing a lot of things, maybe you would be managing a fund down the line, right? So that way it will help you with the management lessons as well. So these three things, management, network, as well as business understanding, is what you need to frame one answer around your why MBA. I hope you got my point.
Yes, sir. So, networking opportunity with peers, uh, management level,
Management understanding,
function,
management traits, and third is
mhm,
the overall business understanding.
business function. Yeah.
Tell me, MBA will give you these three things, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
What do you think it will else give you? These three only are the learning that will MBA will give you, and
Mm.
that is only you need to bring it in front of the interviewer. That is the most practical answers,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So that, and for subject matter knowledge, definitely there are subjects of finance in MBA, but any which ways you are pursuing CFA and all those stuff, so that will maybe better equip you for the financial knowledge. So overall, you would be having financial knowledge, management abilities,
Hmm.
business understanding, and peer and networking. So four
Okay.
things is what you will be able to derive out of the entire 2 years of the program that you are willing to pursue,
Hmm.
right? I
Yeah.
hope it sounds logical to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Chalo. Okay, Akashdeep. Thanks then. All the best.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay. Bye.